Hi folks, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Payal and I am a traveler who also loves to meet people. And I think a blend of both is where this concept of melting pot has come about. In my Melting Pot series, I will be talking to lots of inspiring people from different parts of the world and also from different cultures, whom I meet during all my travels. The common factor between these folks will be the desire to follow their passion and make it a way of life. So step into this melting pot and enjoy the chats. Hi folks, welcome to another episode of A Melting Pot, and again I'm in Lucknow, which is the capital of the state in India called Uttar Pradesh, and I'm here to attend a family wedding, and I just decided to, of course, talk to different interesting people, because Lucknow has a very, very old culture, which, I'm sure I am going to be talking to a few people. And as we go along, I'm sure my listeners all over the world will get to know a little more about the Lucknow culture. But at the moment, I'm in conversation with the lovely Tanushree Gupta, who is the co-founder of a cafe called Mr. Brown. I'm going to get to understand more from her about whether it's a cafe or it's a restaurant. But anyways, I'm here talking to Tanushree, and I'm really, really happy, Tanushree, to have you on my show. So thank you for making the time.
Thank you, Payal. It's a pleasure for me and my husband to be the part of Melting Pots.
Thank you so much, Tanushree. I have so much to talk to you about. But like I do with all my guests, I like to know the background. It's interesting to know what their story is and what actually, and how they came about doing what they do, because everyone that I've talked to and I continue to talk to have a passion for something. So Tanushree, I'd like to know from you what's your background and what's your story?
Actually, we have a sweet background.
Sweet background, nice, yeah.
We belong to sweet family. Like we had sweet business.
So when you
in the
say
past.
sweet, you mean Indian?
Indian traditional sweets.
Okay,
In Lucknow only.
okay.
And me and my husband, we both were in a very big joint family.
Okay.
And that time, my father-in-law had this business, and we were living along with the joint
Okay,
family.
so tell my listeners a little more, those who don't know what a joint family is.
Yeah, joint family means where my father-in-law and his two brothers and their family.
Wow.
Like it was
So
a
it's like
very
an
big
extended family.
extended family.
And all living together.
All living together.
Okay.
But I think in my husband's childhood,
Yeah.
he realized that it was not sufficient for him to adjust in the joint family and with the business.
Okay.
He wanted to do something else.
Okay.
So at a tender age of I can say 14 or 15,
Yeah.
he started his own business
Okay.
of namkeens. Namkeen means salted, savory items.
Okay. Okay.
And he started gradually with his studies, and it grew up very well.
The
And
business
that business,
grew, you're
yeah,
saying. Okay.
it
So when
flourished.
so how was he? So the savories were like, did he have a little kitchen, or how was he doing the savories?
Yeah, he started in a very small budget,
Okay.
but then soon it was a full-fledged factory actually.
A factory.
Yeah, and
Wow.
he started in it was in B2B model.
Okay.
Like it was the namkeen was distributed to the I think 27 districts.
Of the
of Lucknow,
of
matlab,
Lucknow.
of different
Okay.
parts of nearby
Okay.
Lucknow.
Okay.
So when I got married with him, he was in this business,
Okay.
and with the mithai,
Yeah.
which was my father-in-law owned, and the big joint family I had joined.
Right.
So gradually, it was going. This life was going. So
Gone as normal.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I had my kids. Then I spent about 10 years in that big joint family, and I learned a lot.
Okay. Of
Then
how to live together.
how to live together,
Right.
and how to relate, how to cook, how to there are so many things, there are so many learnings. I'm so grateful that I had been the part of that big joint family and so many members, and it was a every day it was kind of celebration.
Right. Yeah, which is also it's very typical of, a lot of the smaller cities
Yeah.
in India.
Yeah.
It's a very typical way of being, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel blessed that in two-tier cities, it is people are blessed with families, joint families, togetherness, and love for each other,
Right.
and they care for each other. Still, they have time,
Right. Right.
and that is what Lucknow is known about. Its tehzeeb and its culture, and the Nawabi culture.
Right.
When it comes to
So
the
it's like,
language,
yeah.
Lucknow's language, I think, is the most sophisticated and delicate language
Right.
that we used to see in films, also in movies.
Right.
You get that language only.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The Hindi and Awadhi mix and Nawabi.
So what is Awadhi? Would you be able, I mean, is that something that you can?
Awadhi, I think, as I'm concerned, Awadhi is like which we find in Ramayana.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Or Ramcharitmanas.
So
That is pure
mythology. That's mythology.
Awadhi language,
Right.
which is still in suburban areas,
Okay.
and people used to speak in Awadhi language.
Okay.
Even in our families, and I get people who speak in Awadhi.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's different from Hindi.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So moving on to Mr. Brown.
Yes. Yeah.
So from savories, then Ram decided to experiment with something else, or how did that come about?
After I think 2005,
Okay.
I came up in my own joint family, like my father-in-law, mother-in-law, his
Right.
brother,
Right.
and my family.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got separated.
Okay.
And we thought about doing some other business
Right.
to the next level.
But then the savory business was
Yeah,
still
it-
on.
yeah, it
and
was
what is
still on.
what's the brand name?
It was the name of on the name of Sham Namkeen.
Sham Namkeen. Okay. Okay.
Sham Namkeen.
Okay. So then.
So in 2005, when we started living separately,
Yeah.
then we used to travel a lot actually,
Okay.
and we had an idea that bakery business is flourishing so well in metropolitan cities, but it had not come up in two-tier cities as well,
Right.
and there was a demand of it.
Right.
Like people used to travel a lot, and
Yeah.
they are getting things in big cities and not available in here. They were missing it, and
Right.
even we were missing.
Right.
And there's a kind of, he had such an experience that along with the studies, which he had the experience of business.
Right.
So
You're referring to Ram.
we had a vision, a great vision for next 10 years, 20 years. What is the upcoming things are globally going on, and what should be the next.
Right. Right.
Then, and we had the passion of eating and experimenting.
Right.
So we decided to start this Mr. Brown Bakery.
Okay. So why Mr. Brown?
Yeah.
Because that's quite an unusual name for a bakery.
Mr. Brown is such a beautiful name. We opted it for Mr. Brown. It creates, or it symbolizes the image of every Indian, I think, because our skin
Why
is
Mr.?
brown.
Why Mr.?
Why Mr.?
Why not Miss Brown or Mrs. Brown? I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah.
I think Mr. Brown, Yeah, we did not think about it should be Miss or Mrs.
So not
It
the
was just
gender,
Mr.
yeah.
Brown. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And we loved the name, and people loved it too, because there's second idea that whatever we bake in a bakery, it comes out as a brown, golden color,
Right.
brown color.
All right. Yeah.
And people, they connect it easily with Mr. Brown. The mascot of Mr. Brown is a brown color suit, wearing a mascot. And
Okay.
there was a clown. That mascot, we used it earlier. Now
Okay.
it is removed
Okay.
because it was a little not that much smart, I think.
You needed a smarter
Yeah.
Mr. Brown.
So
Okay.
in 2007,
Yeah.
January, we started Mr. Brown Bakery.
Okay.
And we were not satisfied with that kind of bakery which were in those days in Lucknow. They were going on in traditional way.
So there were breads, but they were not. They were the traditional breads.
Yeah, we wanted to give bakery a more fancy look
Ah, right.
and more convenient, with more services,
Okay.
with more ambience,
Okay.
and a better experience
Right. For the customers.
for the customers.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So we have now 16
Wow.
outlets.
Spread across Lucknow.
Lucknow, Kanpur, Delhi, NCR.
You're listening to a fusion of stories recounted for the first time ever by some fascinating people from across the globe with me, Payal, on this very unique and special podcast series, Melting Pot. That's interesting.
And we started from Lucknow, Aliganj.
Okay.
Aliganj is the mother outlet.
Okay.
And though we wanted to give the experience
Right.
and the ambience, so it is a big one, like 2,000 square feet.
Wow, that's large. Yeah.
So it is a bakery, and a full-fledged bakery.
Okay.
From bread to cookies to the kitchen part, Italian snacks,
Okay.
and the best part is cakes
Oh, nice.
and pastries.
Okay.
And we have expertise in cakes and pastries, and lots of variety of cakes, pastries, cookies, biscuits, rusk, breads.
Okay. And so
And
do
the
you,
Italian
so
snacks.
each of your outlets has its independent bakery, or do you have a centralized bakery and
Yes.
and it's a centralized
We have a commissary,
commissary.
yeah,
Okay.
in which we do the production,
Okay.
and then it is distributed to the different locations.
Okay. 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 Great. And so who are, I mean, so you've obviously got trained
Chefs.
trained chefs who they're training here, or have you sort of imported them from different parts of the country?
We hired firstly from Delhi.
Okay.
Got from Delhi, and a person who helped us to open up our bakery. Then we travel a lot,
Yeah.
and we travel Europe and exhibitions and many more places. So we keep on searching what is going on, what is innovation, what is going on in the world,
Right.
what people go and find there, but not getting here.
Yeah, correct. So you try and replicate that here.
Replicate there, and we did innovation in the form of taste. Actually, Indian palate is different from Europe.
Yeah.
And even in India, south, north, east, west, all are different.
Different. Yeah. Yeah.
We know the taste buds of North Indians, so we make our own recipes. We don't just
Okay.
copy, we just try to innovate. Like we have a segment of baked mithai in Mr. Brown,
Okay.
and that baked mithai is baklava. And it is from the Middle East originally.
Yeah.
When I had in Istanbul,
Okay.
I did not like it because it was too sweet.
And it was not, so it was not your palate. It was
Yeah.
not something that your
Yes.
palate.
It has some
I get
powdery
it.
texture, and it was very sweet, and there were different kind of baklavas we had. But we did it here according to the people.
Okay.
What would they like?
Yeah.
And we made it from honey instead of sugar.
Okay.
Sugar syrup.
Okay. Okay.
So it becomes a different thing, which now everyone appreciates it.
Right.
And that gives us confidence to innovate more and more
Yeah.
every
So
day.
what are some of the other things that you've innovated and you've
Yeah,
found a success?
we invented in our first year of Holi festival, which is
Okay.
celebrated
Festival of
mostly
Colours,
in
yeah.
North India.
Yeah.
And we were a little sad. What will we what would we do if there's nothing we would be able to sell in on Holi?
Right.
What would we do for,
Right.
because bakery we have cakes, pastries, and who will take
Because it's an Indian
yeah,
festival, you wanted some Indian
some Indian sweets.
flavors. Yeah, yeah. Flavors, yeah.
Yes, Indian flavors and sweets. So we did some research work, we did some invention, and then came up baked Gujiya.
Okay.
Gujiya is always, it had the fried one.
Okay.
Now we started doing it baked.
Right.
We presented, introduced baked Gujiya
Okay.
in Lucknow.
And Gujiya is a savory or?
Gujiya is a sweet
Okay.
thing. It
Okay.
is made of flour, and there is mawa and dry fruits are
There's
filled.
dry fruits.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it's quite
And
rich.
it became a hit.
Right.
People accepted it, and I was so happy that people used to take it from Lucknow to Delhi.
Okay.
And I had no idea. We were not in such a, we did not had some that kind of knowledge.
Right.
So I couldn't patent it.
You couldn't patent it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Then it was copied by everyone next year.
Oh gosh.
And now I have decided to
Yeah, anything you
Yeah.
innovate, you
Innovate.
should
Yeah.
patent because that's not fair that other people take your idea. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. So then, so you talked about baklava, you talked about Gujiya.
Gujiya.
Anything else that you've innovated?
Yeah, there are many things. We keep on innovating in biscuits, cookies.
Okay. So you bring in an Indian flavor to it.
Yeah, it is not all the products that we are bringing from here, from Europe or
Oh,
any
okay,
other
okay,
part.
okay, okay.
We do it on our own. We give training to the chefs. We keep on demanding what we want to mix anything new.
Right.
Like there is Nawabi Gujiya. Nawabi Gujiya. It is
Okay.
thin crust Gujiya.
Okay.
It is totally crusty Gujiya. If I would
Yeah.
like to taste you,
For me to
get you,
taste.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank
So
you.
that
Yeah.
you would get an idea
Yeah.
what is all about I'm
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
Then you'll get to know what we do actually.
Okay. So then who comes up with the ideas the innovations? Like, is it Ram and you who think about these different?
We both, I think,
Okay.
because there are so many parts in this business
Yeah.
that we have to see, like innovation to packaging to presentation
Yeah.
to the name
Yeah.
of it, naming.
Yeah.
There's so many steps.
Yeah. So then it's between the two of you.
Yeah,
that-
between the two of us.
That's amazing. So
I'm
you're-
so lucky to have him that from the day one we are together in this
Yeah.
business, and
Yeah.
we are doing our best.
Yeah. So you're very creative.
Thank you.
And that's quite interesting because I think the textures, the like you mentioned, the packaging, the look, everything does matter. It has to be, I mean, the flavors, yes, but it also has to look appealing, right?
Yes.
So that is something that needs to be created.
Yes. Anything in food, you first your eyes that eats.
Yeah,
Then
that's so true.
then you take
Yeah.
it into your mouth.
Yeah. And then
Right.
it's your palate and
Yeah.
the taste buds. Yeah, actually that's very
If the
true.
thing is looking delicious and yummy, then you feel like eating it.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely, that's true. So, what else is what are next steps for Mr. Brown?
Next step is actually we are coming up with a new brand
Okay,
called Danbro.
Danbro.
Yes,
Okay.
Danbro.
Okay.
Danbro is
Your names, I mean, the brand names are seriously unique.
thank you.
Yeah.
It's an international brand.
Okay.
And it is a European brand, Italian one.
Yeah, I've actually heard of Danbro.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And luckily, we have just opened it in Kailash Colony.
In Delhi. Okay.
Yes.
So, tell the listeners about Danbro. What is it?
Yeah, Danbro and Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown is totally different from Danbro, and Danbro is the next level of Mr. Brown.
Okay. So Danbro is also a
Bakery and cafe.
and a cafe.
And a
Okay.
cafe.
Okay. Okay.
In
okay.
Danbro, it is a live bakery.
Okay.
Like we bake there,
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
not in commissary.
Yeah.
It is we do live baking
Okay.
of the breads
Yeah.
and cookies,
Okay.
and
So
there's
yours
Italian menu also.
An Italian menu, and so it's a franchisee or
Not franchisee, it's our own.
it's your own.
Own
Okay.
brand.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
We have registered it in, this brand
In India.
in Europe.
In Europe.
In India and Europe both.
It's your brand.
It's our brand.
Ah, okay, yeah, because I have heard of it.
Okay.
Which countries in Europe?
Italy.
It's in Italy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. That's interesting.
So the Danbro,
It's
Milan.
in Milan.
Yeah, Milan.
Okay, and where, like, do you have many within Milan? Are there a lot of locations at Danbro, or is there just one?
Just now it is not there. Our partner is there.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
and
okay.
we soon will be doing it in opening it in Milan also.
In Milan as well.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Wow, that's interesting. That really is the next level.
Yeah.
So you're looking at, a pretty serious expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Lucknow, actually, I think Mr. Brown was sufficient for the masses in the middle class, but I wanted it to the higher classes,
High end as well. Yeah.
high-end brands, and now we have experienced a lot in
Yeah.
Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
So we can do one more experiment
Yeah, no,
with
and
Danbro.
No, I'm sure it's going to be very
And
successful.
we have a pan-India expansion plan
Okay.
for Danbro,
Okay.
and in other countries as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why we got it registered in Europe,
Yeah.
so that we could open up in Europe countries.
European countries as well. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's incredible. Wow. That's quite a journey, actually.
Yeah,
So,
it is a journey.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful journey, because in this business, what we find, we always work for others' happiness. We become a part of their happiness. Whenever someone is cutting a cake of their birthday, of anniversary, of any occasion, any celebration,
Right.
Mr. Brown becomes the part,
Right.
and we get the blessings.
Right. That's such a nice way of looking at it.
Yeah, this is our perception.
Right.
And one more perception from the day one, that we work for God. Whoever is coming is Narayan. Every guest who is stepping up in Mr. Brown is Narayan, like God. We are working, we are making everything for God. So the workers behind, who are in production
Right.
and in the sales, they become aware and they have consciousness that whatever we are doing for God, so we keep the quality
Yeah.
and the presentation
Yeah.
and our behavior,
Yeah.
everything according that we are offering to the God.
Right. That's pretty deep. Thank you so much, Tanushree. I mean, it's just been so enjoyable listening to you, and I wish you all the very best, both Ram and you.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I can see that your vision, it's quite intense and extensive, and I'm sure you're going to achieve whatever you've set your mind and, more importantly, your heart on. So,
Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure for us to talk to you and become the part of Melting Pots. That whoever is listening this,
yeah.
maybe one day he will get Danbro cake or a Mr. Brown cake,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
and become the part of our family, Mr.
Yeah.
Brown family and Danbro family.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
Thank you
sure
so
that's going to happen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tanushree. Thank you. It has been such a pleasure listening to Tanushree. She's so soft-spoken and she has so much clarity in her thinking. I'm not surprised as to how she has grown Mr. Brown to such a large business along with her husband Ram. Very, very enterprising couple, I must say. They keep innovating, as she said, with their pastries, their breads, their cakes, their cookies. and even the packaging. So it is always offering something new and exciting for the regular customers. I'm sure Danbro will also reach great heights. If you happen to be in India, do try some of Mr. Brown's very own innovations, like I sampled some and I thoroughly enjoyed the flavors. So until the next episode of Melting Pot, this is Payal signing off.